Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to C.A.R. Entertainment. I'm your host Dylan Hamilton, guys, and I'm feeling a wee bit better today, and that's good because today we're going to be starting a new topic. We're moving on from the eye, and we're going to talk about A21 biology, the muscle. We usually cover the muscle, and then muscle contractions, and then we'll move on, I think, then onto the ecological side of biology A21. I have a cough every now and then. I apologise. I am feeling a wee bit better. I'm not 100% yet, but we are getting there, which is wonderful news. So let's get straight into this anyway. Muscle's quite a nice topic. I quite like muscle, and so it should be quite interesting. So there's three different types of muscle. They are known as skeletal, which is also called striated. You also have smooth muscle and cardiac muscle. The main feature of muscle is the ability to contract half of its resting length and relax, ready for the next contraction. Muscles are made largely of protein, and they make up 40% of the body weight, and they're the main example of effectors if you go back to the nervous system. So skeletal muscle, then we're going to talk through it first. The distribution of it is that it's attached to bones. The function is that it provides the movement of the part of the body and locomotion. The structure of their cells is that they have long fibers with distinctive cross striations. The control of the contraction is by the voluntary nervous system. So, for example, like your bicep or whatever, if you move your arm up and down, that you voluntarily do, you know you're doing it. Muscle stamina contracts rapidly, but it does fatigue easily due to lactic acid buildup. In smooth muscle, they are distributed by being present in the walls of tubular organs. The function of it is to move materials in the body, and the structure of the cells is that they're shorter spindle shape with no cross striations. The control of their contractions by the autonomic nervous system. Muscle stamina is that it contracts slowly and is maintained for long periods. Cardiac muscle, then, is only found in the walls of the heart. It is to pump the heart, is to make sure blood is kept being pumped around the heart and maintain blood circulation. The structure of its cells is that they are branched in a linked network, and they're toughened, and they have a toughened membrane between cells. The control of the contraction is that they are myogenic, but their rate is changed by the autonomic nervous system. The muscle stamina does not fatigue because contraction is maintained. So muscle fibers, then. Muscle fibers is whenever you build it down, essentially. So if I demonstrate a picture, you have your body of muscle, right? You have a body of muscle. In that is going to be made up of muscle fibers, okay? And then that muscle fiber will be built up of a thing called myofibrils. And these myofibrils will be made up of things called myosin and actin. And we'll go through and we'll talk about those. So muscle fibers, so yeah, exactly. So here, this is exactly what we mean. So the main muscle is skeletal. Skeletal is the main muscle in the body, and it's attached to the skeleton, with the voluntary muscle being wider than the conscious control. So muscle will vary in size, with basic structure would be in all skeletal muscle will be the same. So the basic structure of all skeletal muscle will be the same. Skeletal will consist of many muscle fibers, and muscle fibers will be multinucleate, with each fiber being surrounded by a sarcolemma, with nuclei inside this. The fiber will be rich in mitochondria, and at intervals the sarcolemma will fold inward, forming transverse tubules called T-tubules. The extensive network of the endoplasmic reticulum is called the sarcoplasmic reticulum, and this has a system of cisternae which store calcium ions, so when they're released it triggers a contraction. We'll get onto this a lot more, and it'll be a lot easier to understand when we talk about muscle contraction in its actual video. The bulk of the muscle fiber will be filled with myofibrils. And a myofibril will consist of two components known as myosin and actin. Myosin is in the central region linked by the M line, and it will run perpendicular to the orientation of myosin filaments. Actin is between the outer edges of myosin, which is held together by the Z line, and it's the section between the two Z lines, and the section between the two Z lines is called the sarcomere. Myosin and actin. The thicker myosin is, then the denser and darker striations, and the thinner actin is less dense and have lighter striations. So myosin is thicker, meaning it's denser and it has darker striations, but actin is thinner and so it is less dense and has lighter regions. There'll be a diagram that explains all this stuff, especially when you talk about the I band, the Z line, the M line, all that there, all these different terms. There'll be a diagram in the next video on muscle contraction which will break this down, and so I'll be able to explain that in more depth in the next video as well. So a myofibril with myosin will have an A band known as an anisotrophic band, and this includes areas of the thinner actin penetrating between myosin. The I band, or the isotrophic band, is in in the myofibril is actin only. It only contains actin. And the hit zone is the center of the A band where myosin only occurs. So there's a diagram right there. We also put it in this video as well. So as you can see, where the Z line is, between these two Z lines, these two black lines, that is what you call a sarcomere. Okay? And you see your hit zone there is exactly where there's only going to be myosin. So you can only see myosin in there. And then your I band is only actin, and then your A band is both. It is actin and myosin. Now, when the muscle contracts, there'll be different changes. So, for example, the sarcomere will shorten because the two Z line will decrease. The hit zone will become shorter. The I band will become shorter, but crucially, the A band will stay the same. Now, the structure of myosin and actin. Myosin is a protein, and they have ion rod-shaped tails, which are made of a fibrous protein. Their heads are made of a globular protein. The heads face outwards and link with the actin during contraction. Actin is made up of two long chains of a globular protein, and they are arranged as two helical strands which are twisted around each other. Each actin has something called tropomyosin around each actin blocking site where myosin will attach. Tropomyosin is attached to troponin, and calcium ions will bind to troponin during the initiation of contraction. Tropomyosin and troponin are known as blocking proteins. Thanks for watching this video. I've been Dylan Hamilton from C.A.R. Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.